3, 2, 1, go. Yes! Get wrecked!
That was hopeless.
3, 2.
This is Pucket. The aim of the game is to get rid of all the pucks on your side of the board by shooting them from the bungee cord at the back. It's not normally this big, but I decided to make a giant version of it which adds to the fun. It's a quick-paced game, so you can work up a sweat like we did while filming this intro. It's great at parties, and you can come back victorious, being moments away from losing in about 15 seconds. I'm going to show you how I made this one and provide some ideas on how to do it if you don't have the tools that I do. Now, if you're a regular here, you know that I'm obsessed with making everything that I can, and the pucks for this game were no exception. I don't have a wood lathe yet, but I do have a metal lathe, so I'm grinding down a forstner bit into the shape of a drive dog to put it in my metal lathe. It's important that all the pucks are exactly the same diameter, and the metal lathe will ensure that they are. If you're making this at home, you won't need to do this. I made my pucks a diameter of 70mm or 2 3/4 inches. Just go to the hardware store and buy a post around this diameter. You should be able to find them in 75mm or 3-inch diameter. Now you've got yourself a round post, you'll need to cut it into pucks. You could do this with a handsaw, but the quality isn't going to be the same as with a drop saw. I purchased this one second-hand for $60 and can probably find one online for about $40, a worthwhile investment if you intend on making things by hand. I cut these pucks 20mm tall, or just a smidge over 3/4 of an inch. If the pucks didn't convince you to buy a drop saw, maybe these shots will. I'm making all the sides of the game. Once again, you can do this with a handsaw, but using proper tools just makes it so much easier. I'll be including plans for this table at the end of the video, so don't worry about their sizes just yet. This is the gap for the pucks to go through. I was just roughing it out here and did end up cleaning it up. You could easily do this with a handsaw and chisel. I made the gap 1.25 times the size of the pucks, so about 90mm or 3.5 inches wide. I made it 10mm or 3/8 of an inch taller than the pucks. Here I am screwing it all together. I made this out of pine, so I drilled pilot holes for all the screws to stop it from splitting. I also glued all the joints and nailed the piece of plywood on from underneath. Time to finish it up. You'll see I drilled 4 extra holes for the bungee cord that is used to shoot the pucks. I'm using a polyurethane coat here. It's super important to have a smooth surface that the pucks can slide on, so I put multiple coats, sanding in between until I had a nice smooth surface. I also sanded up the pucks, giving them a radius on their edges. The last thing to do was to put the 8mm diameter bungee cord through the holes. I've added these hooks onto the end of them and use them to adjust the tension between the sides so it's an even game. Simply slide it either way to adjust the tension. That's it. That's my Giant Pucket game. Take a screenshot of the plans I'll show at the end, or let me know in the comments if you'd like me to upload. I've made a whole bunch of games to play at parties, so if you're watching this in the future, be sure to see if there are any more that I've uploaded you would like to have a go at making too. Cheers!